And
Joe's listening on the other side like, you motherfuckers are clapping a little too hard, okay?
So,
Kamala is talking. Oh, yeah, she's talking tonight, right? Let's hear from her. Let's hear and let's listen. I'm listening. I'm hearing. I'm sitting my white ass down.
Organization in history. I've been doing this. I always kid and say,
Oh, Biden is calling into his former campaign headquarters.
I don't know of a better campaign organization, grassroots campaign. You know, we have over 230 offices opened. We have over 2,000 paid staff, and we have literally several thousand volunteers on a regular basis, thousands of them. And they've been relentless and tireless in reaching out and contacting voters. The leadership of this campaign has been amazing. Jen O'Malley, Dillon, Julie, Quinton, Michael Tyler, Rob Flaherty, Rufus on raising money, and so many more. You built this team. You brought them together. You brought us together.
Bro, he sounds like AI Biden. He sounds so clear and so coherent. Like a weight has been lifted off of his shoulders.
Top of the ticket, but the mission hasn't changed at all. And by the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be out there in the campaign with her, with Kamala. I'm going to be working like hell, both as a sitting president, getting legislation passed, as well as in campaign.
Like motherfucker was like, he was dying 3 days ago.
Trump is still a danger to the community. He's a danger to the nation. And just ask my foreign policy colleagues, my counterparts, and other people
Damn,
around
he's
the world.
spitting, dude. He's spitting. What is happening?
So I'm hoping you'll give every bit of your heart and soul that you gave to me to Kamala. I'm determined to get as much done as I possibly can, both foreign policy.
Bro, this is the most coherent he's been.
And child care, elder care, prescription drugs, and climate. Climate still is the existential.
What is going on?
And I know I'll be doing whatever Kamala wants me or needs me to do in addition. So let me be real clear. We're still fighting in this fight together. I'm not going anywhere. And I want you to know you've always had my back, and I promise you, I will always have your back. And I'm anxious for you all to hear from Kamala. So thank you, Julie. You're the best.
Okay, that was crazy.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. President.
Bro called in the morning Joe with like 25% power in comparison to this.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. President, again, for taking time to join our call today. And, you know, as the president said, we are full steam ahead in supporting the vice president, and we are seeing incredible enthusiasm already. From
Why
our
does she
supporters,
also sound like
from
Kamala Harris?
Democratic governors to senators to House members to mayors to folks across the country. You know, our Democratic Party is really uniting around our nominee, and we just announced that we raised $81 million in 24 hours.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. What was that? That was weird, bro. I have been paying close attention to Biden for 4 years, and especially in the last month, he has never had a moment where he sounded like that.
Wow.
Get this Rizless man out of here.
So much. I've known Julie a long, long time, going back to her days working in Kamala's Senate office. And we
bring one of his daughters out, okay? Instead, they have more charisma. Not Douglas.
So thank you so much.
Don't do it. Second gentleman Doug, about to be first gentleman Doug.
Very emotional listening to President Biden just then. I was emotional before I heard that because of who he is and what he represents. The dignity, the empathy. He's had my back personally. Some of my toughest moments as second gentleman.
He is zesty. Yeah, Douglas is a bit zesty.
Came up to me and said, "Look, I know, kid, you're a great lawyer. I know this must have been tough, but what better way to leave that than to support your wife, who you love so much, and your country that you love so much." And it's hard to believe it was about 4 years ago, the first time I came to Wilmington is when she got the call from President, then candidate Biden, to be on the ticket. And we came here the next day. We went to their home, and he said with Dr. Biden, "Welcome to the family."
Yo, we have to respect. We have to put some respect on Douglas. I actually have to go back on what I said. The plan is in motion.
Day one.
thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Can we just give it up again for my husband?
What do you call a male first lady, first gentleman?
It is so
Come
good
on,
to
dude.
hear President's voice.
He
Still
said
on,
a male first lady.
and we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe. Oh.
Damn. Motherfucker still on the phone. He's like, don't you be talking shit now.
So, Joe, I'm going to recognize some of the electeds who are here, and then I'm going to get back to you. Hold on a second. So let me please acknowledge some extraordinary national leaders who are also dear friends, both to the president and to me. Governor John Carney, where are you? There you are. And his wife, they are
Damn,
here.
look at her
Senator
pointing to
Tom
people,
Carper, my
remembering their
father,
names, not
his
up her
wife is
speech.
here, Chris Coons,
How
my dear
refreshing.
friend, and the entire team that is here. I want to thank all of you and those who are joining from offices across our nation. So Doug and I wanted to stop by today to thank everybody and to express just what we know to be true. You all have been working so hard. The people in this office have been working so hard. And you have given so much of yourselves, long days and nights, what you are sacrificing in terms of the time you could be spending with other friends and other family. And you're giving yourselves to our country because you love our country. And
Joe's listening on the other side like, you motherfuckers are clapping a little too hard, okay?
So we have 106 days until Election Day, and in that time, we have some hard work to do. And as JOD always reminds us, we can do hard things. JOD has been such an incredible leader of this team, and that is why I have just asked her to run my campaign, and she has accepted. And so over the next 106 days, we are going to take our case to the American people, and we are going to win. We are going to win.
Jen O'Malley
So
Dillon.
now I'm getting back to you, Joe. I will tell you, to our President Joe Biden, Joe's legacy of accomplishment.
What is going on?
Just over a lifetime, but just over the last
With the
3.5
quality!
years is unmatched in modern history. And help them see what they may have in common and how we can actually work towards solutions. And because of their confidence in Joe, these accomplishments occurred. Joe has stood up for democracy at home, and he has stood
This should
up
be the
for
last day she
democracy
defends Joe
abroad.
Biden. She has to do this year because it's like the campaign changing, campaign headquarters, and its campaign is changing hands. This is the last day, okay?
And back then,
Never
Bill would
again.
offer to build a nation where every person has affordable health care, where every worker is paid fairly, and where every senior can retire with dignity. All of this is to say, building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. Because we here know when our middle class is strong, America is strong. And we know that's not the future Donald Trump is fighting for. He and his extreme Project 2025 will weaken the middle class and bring us backward. Please do note that. Back to the failed trickle-down policies that gave huge tax breaks.
My controversial opinion is that this is Rizless, okay? This is Rizless. This is not what, it needs to be better than this. This won't take it across the finish line.
So in the next 106 days, we have work to do. We have doors to knock on. We have people to talk to. We have phone calls to make. And we have an election to win. So are you ready to get to work? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we willing to fight for it? And when we
Saying she's riskless is giving women aren't funny. Like, I don't know, she's just not selling it, bro. What do you even mean? What do you mean? She's saying the damn thing. I think you understand exactly what I mean. Like, yeah, saying the lines doesn't carry across the finish line, okay? Just simply saying the lines didn't help Hillary Clinton get across the finish line either. Yeah, no, but you're right. I am, of course, misogynistic, and that's why I'm saying it. I mean, it's still better than Biden because she's objectively not dying. So there's that. But it's certainly not impressive enough because while Donald Trump is a very unpopular candidate, a very weak candidate, Kamala Harris, in order to captivate a lot of the voters that have left and has done a decent job by just simply not being 800 years old so far, is going to have to do a little bit more than just saying the lines. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. She doesn't have the baggage that Hillary Clinton had, so obviously that's not a apt comparison. She's not good. She's just better than Trump. Yeah. This chat is lived up at the moment. Oh, no, for sure. Curious who would be a female politician who meets the risk standards. I think Whitmer, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Summer Lee, Cori Bush, Rashida Tlaib, Katie Porter, if we're moving outside of like the ideological boundaries. I mean, she doesn't have to have a banger speech at the end of the day, but it is like pretty generic. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't mean that she doesn't have a shot. Like I said, Trump is a bad candidate, right? Hogs are unironically claiming they were using AI Biden voice.
It was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do.
Yes. I love that half of chat was saying that too. I mean, I was memeing about it, but of course, when I meme about some shit like this, conservatives are being very real about shit like this. Her job is not to entertain you. That's an L take. Dude, that's awesome. It took approximately 24 hours for liberals to immediately jump the Hillary Clinton lines. She's running for president. Her job literally is to entertain me. Okay? Her job is to captivate me. Her job is to captivate you. She's running for president. Shut the fuck up. Nothing should be taken for granted. This kind of attitude is exactly what's wrong with the Democratic Party. That's so funny. Like, you're just objectively wrong when you say her job is not to entertain you. It's a message to the campaign staff. She's limited by what she's supposed to say in this situation. Obviously, it's supposed to direct still back to like Joe Biden in some ways. What is happening? What is going on in this dumbass chat? This is actually insane. There's like so many 7-month subscribers, 10-month subscribers, 30-month subscribers being like, you must be racist and sexist to say that her message is not very captivating. That's awesome. Wow. It's going to be a long 106 days. Oh, yeah. The instincts that you have right now that immediately cause you to cast aside every other time you've heard me say things that you agree with. The instincts that you have right now that immediately cause you to say, well, there must be some cynical reason as to why Hasan is saying this. He must have some secret, previously uninitiated, unheard of, anti-black sentiment that we just landed on right at this very moment. Those are bad instincts. You need to make sure that you never have those feelings again. Why do you assume your viewers agree with you, Lamal? I don't assume random viewers agree with me, but I would suspect that someone who has been a 7-month subscriber at the very least doesn't secretly think that I'm harboring resentment towards black women, and that resentment just all of a sudden came out after I said Kamala Harris's last speech that we just listened to was not very effective. You can disagree with me. Many people do it all day, every day. They just don't immediately make assumptions that I'm cynically, secretly a closeted racist anti-woman person. Okay? Perhaps, we can make a distinction between the two. Is that possible for chatters? Are you saying you're not even a little bit wondering if it was an AI voice? No, I don't think it was an AI voice. He also literally was there and listened to the call and responded to it. So it's ridiculous. Objectively better than Joe Biden, not a carcass, able to deliver a speech, just not able to deliver a speech well so far. Also, my biggest fear in this situation was that she was going to be like 2019 Kamala Harris, the Kamala Harris that, had to drop out, the Kamala Harris that didn't actually win anything in the primaries, the Kamala Harris that was not even looked after by the liberal Democratic Party primary voters, especially because if you want Donald Trump not to be president, I don't want Donald Trump to be president. But if you also don't want Donald Trump to be president, the expectation from your presidential nomination your presidential nominee is supposed to be high. Okay. I don't think you're secretly a racist. You just had an L take, and that's okay. You're human, not always right. Camilla's job isn't to entertain you. If the race would be about the best entertainer, Trump would win. Trump did win because he was the best entertainer to some respects, but that's not what it is. The race should be about policies is a wonderful prospect, but Americans don't vote on policy boundaries. They vote on vibes. And as far as vibes goes, Kamala Harris has to deliver a more convincing speech. I think she would do better in a debate stage than she does as like a campaigner, I guess. But you guys are wrong if you think that the average American is like thinking about this from the perspective of policies. Policies are meaningless if the person who is pushing those policies is not a good communicator of said policies. You, as the presidential candidate, have to be the number one convincer of Americans on those policies. Being able to inspire confidence in yourself, in your ideological movement, in the things that you want to do, that is what the voters will respond to. I can't believe I'm having this conversation, but that is how it works. Okay, she's not supposed to get up there and make jokes. That's not what I'm expecting out of her. She basically took it one step above Joe Biden, but given that this race is still close and Kamala has to prove herself, something she has not done in a very long time, she has to go above and beyond in the upcoming days. There's only 100 days, so the first 30 to 40 days are pretty significant. In comparison to Joe Biden, it's pretty good. If she keeps this level up, then, it'll be a close race. But yeah, this stuff is good. Over 888,000 donors in the past 24 hours. 60% are first-time donors. 43% new recurring donors. Kamala HQ doubled his following overnight. Game on. They raised $81 million in the first 24 hours. Like that's incredibly impressive. That shows that the people were basically desperate, begging for anyone but Joe. That's huge.